In this video, we're going to go over sets and Venn diagram notation. So let's have a look at these particular sets and the intersect. So the intersect of where A and B both cross over is called A intersection B, which means elements that are in both set A and in set B. This one is different because the shaded region here is all of set A and all of set B. We call this the union of A and B, a bit like the United Kingdom. Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and England all make the United Kingdom. So it's all the elements in either set A or set B or both, but it's normally written as set A or set B. And then here we have got something slightly different. We've got everything shaded in but A. So a bit like we did with the notation with the conditional probability lesson, we write this as A dash. It's everything apart from A, which is called the complement of A. Miss Rowlands will now pause the video so you can copy some stuff down. Let's have a look at this then. We want to be able to just shade in A intersection of not B. There's a couple of ways you can do this. First of all, we've got to shade in A little sketch. Then we've got to shade in not B in a sketch. And then we've got to see what overlaps both this section and this section. So another way of thinking of it would be we're going to do shading of what A is in red, and then we're going to do shading of not B in blue. So not B would be everything that's shaded in here, which is basically everything apart from the B circle. Now, when you're finding the intersection, we're looking for what is in both. So in terms of this kind of example, we're looking where we have got cross hatchings both directions. So where have we got both red and blue? And you can see the answer is here, because in this section, in the original image where we did the working out, we have got both red and blue in this section. Therefore, that is the answer. That is A, N, not B. So let's go over the next question. So we could do it how we did it before, which is shading directly. So first of all, I'm going to shade in all the not A's with hash lines like this going in one direction. Doesn't need to be perfectly neat, but not much messier than mine. Then we're going to do the same for not B. So we're going to shade in everything which is not B. And then, because we're looking for the intersection of both, we need to find out the area where both overlap. Another way of thinking of this is, where does both the red and the blue occur? Well, clearly it's just the outside. So for this particular image, it would be shading in all of the outside because we can see the red occurs all on the outside, and so does the blue. So that would be our answer. And obviously you're not using a computer, so this should be much easier to shade in. Now we're looking at something which is a little bit different. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to shade in A union B. From our definitions we wrote down earlier, we know this is A union B. Now, because we're doing not A union B, we're going to find everything which is not shaded in. So it's the opposite of this. So that is not A union B. I will pause the video so you can copy some stuff down. Right. Before I give you some questions, I would like to go over a few more of the unions, because the unions are actually quite easy. What do I mean by that? Well, if we have A and we have B and we're shading in A, not A, so not A is going to be all of this. And then we're going to be shading in all of B. What is all of B going to be? Well, all of B is going to be this. And in this particular example, you just leave that shaded in. Because it says union, it can be anything in the not A section and anything in the B section, and that is your answer. So we've got a lot of things shaded in there. We've got the outside of the sets, and we've got the whole of set B shaded. Now I'm going to have a go at question 11. So similarly, we're going to do that, but it's going to be the opposite way round. We would have the A shaded in and the A and B shaded in, but we wouldn't have the moon side on the B shaded in. And last but not least, let's do this last one, which is quite an interesting one. First of all, this time I am actually going to keep with the same pen. I'm going to do all of not A that way, all of not B that way, and normally the A is on the left and the B is on the right. So let's do all of not A. This is going to be all of not A. And I've almost completed that. And then we're going to do all of not B. Da, da, da. And then finally, we are going to have an answer that looks like this. So basically everything's shaded in apart from the central section. So A union B is the same as A and B, which is the middle section, but it's the opposite of that. It's not A and B. So interesting thing is you can actually memorize these notations if you want to, but it's easy just to work them out. So we have got a worksheet here which I don't very much like, so you could go back to that and pause it and do it yourself. Alternatively, I'm now going to give you a worksheet in front of you to do. Good luck and enjoy.